evening. I am Lee Taylor, Senior Class President. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please be seated. I am Dia Abdullah, the Student Body President. On behalf of the class of 2023, I would like to welcome you. It has been an honor and a sincere pleasure to serve Hillsboro for the school year of 2022 and 2023. Thank you to family and friends for joining us in celebrating this monumentous event in our lives. It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce the Executive Principal of Hillsboro High School, Dr. Schuler Pelham.
Thank you, Dia. To the class of 2023, their parents and guests, MNPS board member, Ms. O'Hara Block, Director of Schools, Dr. Adrian Battle, Chief Renita Perry, Executive Director, Dr. Carl Carter. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Hillsboro High School, I would like to welcome you all to our 83rd annual graduation and commencement exercises. We feel fortunate that we are able to be here in this place together to celebrate this occasion. This is a time for great celebration for these young ladies and gentlemen. They've reached a major milestone in their lives. As we celebrate their accomplishments this evening, I'd like to take this moment to remind our guests to be respectful of your neighbors and respectful of our graduates. Specifically, we ask that you silence your cell phones and refrain from carrying on conversations on phones during this event. If you must take a call, please excuse yourself to the lobby area. Please be sure we're respectful of students giving speeches, and we want to be sure that every student and their family are able to hear their name called when they come across the stage. As a reminder, at the end of our program, students will recess out of Municipal Auditorium and exit to the James Robertson Avenue side of the building. Please plan to meet your graduates there. Guests will not be allowed on the floor after graduation. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Josh Schwartz to the stage to introduce our salutatorian, Mohammed Sankari.
would you do if you were in a situation where you did everything you can to be successful, yet you fell short of your initial goals? For many, they would lose hope, give up, and pursue other adventures. For others, they look at these situations as growing opportunities, persevere through the setbacks, and find ways to impact those around them. Although the culture cells ironically did not grow as well as we hoped they would, I'm blaming Dr. Brown and Mr. Nabbit, Muhammad found a way to use this situation to motivate and inspire those around him. He took a step back, evaluated the situation, and decided to positively impact the ISR sophomores by paying forward his wealth of knowledge and experience. He did this with a servant's heart, with positivity and kindness radiating from him during every moment. To me, these perseverant moments define who Muhammad is, someone who thrives regardless of the situation and circumstance. It is an honor and privilege to introduce you, Hillsboro High School, to your 2023 salutatorian and future Commodore, Muhammad Sankari. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to take a moment to thank my family, friends, and instructors who have made it possible for me to be standing where I am today. Genuinely, you guys have molded me into the person I am, and for that, I am eternally grateful. And to the Hillsboro High School class of 2023, thank you all for the memories, stories, and experiences we've all shared together in our time here. I sincerely hope we can look back on these past 4 years and regard them to be a positive experience. Despite the unfortunate truth that our high school years have been riddled with certain events that do not carry the same joyous tone as others may have entailed. With that being said, regardless of our personal experiences in high school, we're left with no option but to move forward into the next step and chapter of our life. While what our futures may hold is uncertain at times, what remains constant is the fact that we have the ability to dictate our attitudes towards life from here on out. Life will test us in all shapes and forms. Adversity is inevitable. However, what matters most is what we make of it. Seek the silver lining in every situation. Look at the bright side of things. Do not allow the struggles and challenges of this world to bog us down. Rather, take it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and how to circumnavigate whatever challenge life throws our way. The beauty of being at our age is that we have the opportunity to treat everything as a learning experience. Regardless of whether or not the situation may be perceived as positive or negative, nonetheless, it remains an opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves, others, and ultimately, our role in this life. No matter what your plans are after high school, I strongly encourage that we all make an effort to broaden our horizons. Meet new people, try new things, and most importantly, don't shy away from feeling uncomfortable at times, as you'll never know what extends beyond your comfort zone until you venture into it. I wish us all the best. Thank you, and congratulations to the Hillsboro High School class of 2023.
I'd like to welcome Dr. Schwartz back to the podium to introduce our valedictorian, Mr. Schmidt.
All right. Imagine moving halfway across the world and living in a foreign country for an extended period of time, perhaps years. For some of you graduates, this is something you'll do in your lives. For Carl, this has been his reality for the past several years. Carl came to us from Germany via Chicago, and he jumped at the opportunity to challenge himself through the IBDP and ISR programs. During his time here, he's rocked it on the pitch, developed a web scraper to figure out what cell phone to buy, crushed all of his IB exams, and made us all laugh with his quick-witted humor. Although his list of accomplishments is impressive, what defines Carl to me is how he willingly took our Ukrainian students under his wings. Carl has reminded me that no matter where you come from or what situation you're facing, friendships make life more enjoyable. Without further ado, may I introduce to you, Hillsboro High School, your 2023 valedictorian, Carl Schmidt.
Good evening, parents, teachers, friends, administrators, and of course, the class of 2023. Thank you all for coming. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very honored to have been given the opportunity to present this speech. Nonetheless, this may be the only moment when I begin to have second thoughts about being valedictorian. As some of you may notice, showing big emotions, especially in public, is not exactly my strong suit. There's really only one German in human history who is world famous for his big emotional speeches, and we all know how that turned out. I want to start off by asking us all, what did we take away from high school? Except for a certificate with our name on it, what do we possess that high school has given us? Sure, lots of memories and friends, but can we say that we are now experts in a certain field? Does the certificate match our personal knowledge and skills? And do we think that we are ready for college education because that's what we're supposed to be? No matter what you answered, I'd like to remind everyone here of one important aspect that is often forgotten in the modern age, and that is, as Socrates said, knowledge is virtue. Knowledge is the most valuable thing that we can acquire. Knowledge helps us distinguish between good and bad. Knowledge is the reason why humans have become the dominant species on this planet. Its use is universal, and we can use it for the rest of our lives. Cicero, another dead man from the Mediterranean, tells us that we do not learn for school, but for life. School is merely a means to gaining knowledge. In the same way, we don't go to the gym because the gym owner wants us to, but for a personal improvement. School should be the same. If you thought it was about forcing useless facts into our brains, it was never. Contrarily, school was always about the general understanding of the world. It might not always connect to real life, but learning other things and recognizing patterns will become a lot easier. Furthermore, it applies to understanding news and politics. We in this country love our freedom and democracy. So here's a quote by John Adams to second my point. Liberty cannot be preserved without the general knowledge among the people who have a right and a desire to know. To become knowledgeable about the world and oneself does not mean to become a nerd. It means to become less deceived by the scam that is the world. From eBay to politics and even our relationships. Let me conclude with a quote by Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, one of my favorite philosophers who taught at the university in my German hometown. By the way, this is for everyone who asked me to say something in German. Der Unwissende ist unfrei, denn ihm gegenüber steht eine fremde Welt, ein Drüben und Draußen gemacht hätte und dadurch in ihr das Seinigen bei sich selber wäre. I think the quote is pretty self-explanatory. What he's trying to say is that the unknowing are not free. They confront a world which they do not know their options in. Only by the impulse of curiosity and the pressure of knowledge can they shape the world and make the world something of their own ideas, and finally become free. With that, there's one more thing to say. Congratulations to my classmates, the class of 2023. I know in the future I will only hear of the great things that you all will achieve. Thank you, and remain curious.
The Hillsboro High School Principal's Award is typically awarded to a student who represents the best in our school. Sometimes this is a person who excels in many areas. Other years, it is someone who's had to overcome unsurmountable odds just to graduate. This year's recipient is a person who has done just that. Our recipient tonight honors a young man who has had to overcome great personal adversity to be here tonight. More than you know, and perhaps more than you could imagine, certainly more than we can share. He has developed strong relationships, a friendly disposition, always with a smile on his face. After a tragic death of the family matriarch, the entire family was displaced. He had to travel over 40 miles each way to school just to continue his education. All of this never with a complaint. He pushed on, worked hard, persevered, and kept a great disposition. He demonstrated the type of work ethic to which we all aspire. In short, he displayed the qualities and traits that we all admire in one of our graduates. Jeremiah Ferris, please come forward and receive your award. At this time, Ms. Salgado will come and recognize our students with honors and distinction.
Good evening. At this time, will the students wearing green cords please stand? In order to graduate with a regular diploma with honors, students must satisfy all requirements for a regular diploma and score at or above all of the following ACT subject area readiness benchmarks or equivalent SAT scores: ACT, English 18, Math 22, Science 23, Reading 22, SAT, Reading 480, Math 530. Please remain standing. At this time, the students with the gold cords, please stand. In order to graduate with a regular diploma with distinction, students must satisfy all requirements for a regular diploma, earn a B average, and complete a district-approved accomplishment, including but not limited to one of the following: earn a nationally recognized industry certification, be selected as a national merit finalist or semifinalist, attain a composite score of 31 or higher on the ACT, successfully complete the IB diploma program. Please join me in celebrating these outstanding students. Thank you.
A few weeks ago, the United Kingdom celebrated the coronation of a new king. This was the very definition of tradition and ceremony. And during the coverage of this event, a reporter interviewed an expert on royal coronations and asked why they have so much pomp and circumstance. And the answer was that they take comfort in it. It provides continuity for them. It helps them connect the past to the future. All this to say that it isn't just an event that they are celebrating, but a transition. This is why we have these types of celebrations at these major milestones in life. It is why we are here tonight. You see, to graduate means much more than just recognizing knowledge acquired. To graduate means to pass from one stage of experience, proficiency, or prestige to a higher one. It is also growing and maturing. It is becoming more responsible and perhaps a little wiser. This is what it means to graduate. I would submit to you that there is no transition celebrated more in our country than this, the high school graduation. We are celebrating you all becoming adults. So tonight, this night, we pause to celebrate. Every person in this arena tonight has played a role in this happening, and we all seek to reap the benefit of you joining society as responsible and knowledgeable adults. In fact, we are counting on it. The world is a very different place for your generation than previous. We have moved from an industrial age to an age of technology, information, and creativity. There will be challenges and opportunities placed before you that previous generations dared not even dream. And we expect much of you. We need you to go forward and complete that which we have not. There are diseases that require cures, social injustices that must be made right, technological innovations waiting to be realized, works of art yet to be imagined, young minds waiting to be taught. This is your legacy. And this is not to say that you will no longer face any challenges or that your struggles are over. On the contrary, you will face many. This is what life promises. But when you face these challenges, you will know that you have faced difficult times before and you were successful. In fact, many of you will face these challenges and thrive. So what is it we want for you? Simple. We all want you to live a happy, productive, and full life. We want you to enjoy all that is good that we have enjoyed and to avoid the same mistakes that we made. As you go forward tonight and in life, be proud of your accomplishments. Keep in touch with your friends. Challenge yourselves. Be productive members of society. It has been my honor and privilege to serve as your principal. I stand tonight with the faculty and staff of Hillsboro High School. On behalf of us all, I tell you that we love you and that we will miss you. We wish you good luck and we bid you farewell. Thank you. Hillsboro High School, class of 2023, please rise. Miss O'Hara Block, the records of these students have been duly examined and found to be in accordance with the laws of the great state of Tennessee and the policies of the Metropolitan Nashville Public School System. I am proud to recommend to you the class of 2023 Hillsboro High School for graduation. I certify that each graduate has completed all of the requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges bestowed upon each graduate.
On behalf of the Metropolitan Nashville Board of Education, it is my honor to certify this graduation process and the awarding of high school diplomas to the 2023 Hillsboro High School graduates. I further attest that the students receiving these diplomas tonight have met or exceeded all graduation requirements mandated by Metro Nashville Public Schools and the State of Tennessee Department of Education. The Board of Education congratulates the students and their family members. It has been an honor to have you in our schools, and we wish each of you the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Janiyah L. Birdsong.
Carl Schmidt. Mohammed Sankari.
Now the call of the roll for the U.S. Community Credit Union Academy of International Business and Communication. Jaden Madariaga. Anaya Wilkes. Jamarian Christopher Abernathy. Hannah Grace Adams. I. Marley Emmanuel Alexander. Sark Jones Asadorian. Jasmine Renee Atagi. Caleb Ryan O'Neill Bab Hilliard. Brandon Reed Barnes. Isaiah Bell. Matthew Cap Bird. Jack E. Boyd. Zachariah F. Brown. Jarvis Brenton Berthlong. Evan Anthony Kane. Lauren Madeline Calvert. Tyler Diana Churchwell. Dewan Terrell Covington. Malachi J. Derrick. Andrew Grayson Dillon. Patrick Joseph Duffy. Jadonathan Edward Dunlap. David D. Evensizer. Jeremiah Charles Ferris. Sergey Anatoly Fedosey. Ella Ray Phelps. Caitlin Rain Faust. Kendall Reese Fry. Anthony Lorenzo George. Gael Gomez. Mackenzie Aaliyah Gordon. Ali Zimmer Rodney Haugen. Braddock James Havey. Alfonso Wesley Henry. Gavin Paul Hollenbeck. Jackson Davis Horde. Jaden Levon Jackson. Myla Marie Jackson. Aria Lene Johnson. Jaden Caree Johnson. Tucker Floyd Moreland Jones. Cameron Jamal Keaton. Charles Giancarlo Knight. Austin Nicole Krujak. Clayton Michael Lee. Kaysen D. Leverett. Kimora Unique Lockett. Jaya Leatrice L'Oreal Lockhart. Brooklyn M. Lucy. Joseph Mendez. Semonte Dewan Morton. Davion Derivian Samuel Moss. Xavier Deshaun Norman. Farrah S. Northern. Sullivan Carter O'Neill. Jacavius Jaquan Pennell. Kendall Janae Polk. Kennedy Michelle Powell. Marshawn LaDantes Price. Paul Isaac Tayshawn Puckett. Philemon Quarles. Axie Valentine Ritter. Jawan Scruggs. Tassini Denise Shaw. Zir Malud Shimarani. Sophie Thompson Smith. Madison Monet Snelling. Araya Cache Southern. Caleb Donovan Spears. Lauren Alexandria Sweat. Chuka Justice Urigby. Angie Ty Villapando. Antonia Jemiah Webster. Zolay Kalia West. Carrington Blake Williams. Tatiana Lachey Woodson. Haley Grace Woodward. Elijah Noel Yates.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Carter, and I am the principal of the IB Academy. Megan Emily Abbott. Dia Honey Abdullah. Lucas T. Akers. Lana Tawana Ali. Roland Zachary Altaveros. Olin Babcock. Eleanor Eugenia Bergman. Jalen Micah Berryhill. Germontez Edward Black. Dariana Blakely. Elizabeth Brooke Bolton. Carmen Elizabeth Bryan. Sophia Ash Catherine Brzezowski. Anna Christina Carcamillo Bejarano. Dallas Carlton. Lucas Carpenter. Jonathan Laron Chumley. Daniel Clay. Lucas Connor Dalton. Peter Berrigan Dark. Cassandra Grace Dumont. Madison Grace Dunbar. James Eichmann. David Coyote Falodon. Ian Falknotson. Curtis D. Aaron Green. Gareth Thurman Green. Kiesia Mariana Harris. Caroline High. Lydia Faye Hilt. Ariana Nichelle Hodge. Lauren Amaya Holbrooks. Ariana Horton. Gia Ping Marie Howell. Preston McGinnis Joyner. Dylan Townsend Jones. Kate Asbury Jones. Caroline Greer Carl. Ariana Michaela Knowlton. Caleb Henry Kane. Benjamin Jed Lane. Samuel Robert Larson. Kukori Jermaine Little. Cheyenne Susie Lushembe. LeBron Zion Luster. Rose Kia Olani Majet. Patrick Milichik. Michael Cross Morzoni. Nathan Morrison. Kanaya Jane Neal. Meantre Jimenez Phillips. Mallory Pittman. Sadie Jane Reagan. Sorry. Warren Edison Root. Joshua Caleb Rose. Avery Elizabeth Roth. Mohammed Nazir Sankari. Sophia Alexandra Sakanova. Walter Jackson Schmutz. Matthew Ryan Paul Shoup. Kieran Kenneth Smith. Owen Harpeth Smith. Jules Valentine Smithing. Peter Harper Swanson. Ansley Wallace Taylor. Stephen J. Team. Samantha Teralowski. Jamaz Thomas. Yasmin Thompson. Penelope Kasha Tarode. Javis Antonio Walker. Alan Thomas Ware. West Michael Weaver. Myquan Webster. Lataja Joynell Williamson. Mavis Elaine Wolf.
The Academy of Global Health and Science, Anaya Monique Abernathy. Danaya R. Abernathy. Nibris Saad Al-Karati. Jacorian Jeremiah Allen. Yasmin Arredondo. Luciana Camila Avila Marrugo. Shania McCall Bass. Kiara Monet Batts. Kashawn Alexander Bean. Anna Wilkinson Bigelow. Lula Blue Bodie. Kaylin Sinclair Bond. Mari Martin Bagno. Exandria Monique Bowen. Jamal Deshay Braden Jr. Javarian A. Bradford. Zoe Denise Cleaves. Elena Rebecca Crace. Ben Musser Curley. Phoebe Nicole Davidson. Christian Jose de Leon. Evan Alexander Dinwiddie. João Carlos do Amaral do Nascimento. Christopher D. Doss. Jayla Breon Drake. Abigail Crosslin Elder. Calvin John Fairhead. Sinclair Elise Flippin. Kaya Nicole Garrett. Arsani Gobrial. Rodney Alvin Glover II. Daniela Gomez Delgado. Whitney Morgan Graham. Nicholas Lennox Gregory. Casey Elizabeth Guzman. Sanaya Lanice Harvey. Hassan. Michael T. Hendricks. Caden Montrell Heron. Talia Camille Hill. Campbell Evan Hunt. Layla Sierra Breeze Johnson. Thaddeus Johnson. Zaya Naomi Jones. Aiden Benson Lander. Alindia Ann Lee. Autumn Lloyd. Raven Nichelle Mallory. Madison B. Martin. Jude Scott Mellencamp. Lilica Anna Myers. Joshua Shea Miller. Zachary Maximus Montenegro Strunk. Ethan C. Moat. Kendall M. Murray. Callum Danielle Neal. Daniel Neal. Cy William Newman. Kylan Lee Patterson. Lily Navina Phillips. Mia Elaine Reese. Hannah Wilson Roden. Monique Elaine Russell. Emilia Rose Sanabria. Leonardo Daniel Sanchez. Amanda Marie Shelton. Madison B. Martin. Summer Sneed. Elijah Spangler. Eukayla W. Stevens. Cambria Lynn Stewart. Brooklyn Marie Stroud. Veronica Scott Talbert. Malachi E. Tate. Jordan Samaj Braden Joseph Teague. Faith Noel Thomas. Carmela Marie Thornton. Anne Guo Timmons. Michaela Imani Tucker. Camille Sinette Washam. Jaden Anthony Weiss. Dallas Delaney Whitehead. Kevi Marie Zabari.
We invite you all to please stand as you are able for the singing of our alma mater.
Where's she at?
Hillsboro, here's to you, our alma mater, constant and fond and true, we will be ever, and as the years go by, forget thee never. Oh, happy memories, cherished forever. Hillsboro, hear our song, our alma mater. School days to you belong, tears mixed with laughter. Now hear us pledge anew, vows broken never. Oh, happy memories, cherished forever. Hillsboro.
Please stand and join us in the changing of the tassels from right to left. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Hillsboro High School, class of 2023. I get to share this with you one last time. Class dismissed.